When you see a longish queue nowadays, you may be pretty sure it's for those elusive cigarettes.
1948, a shortage of cigarettes and some advice from government.
If all smokers would just smoke one cigarette less in 10, we'd get somewhere. I'm doing it.
Today, that plan's evolved. The government wants to create an entirely smoke-free generation.
Hi, good evening everyone. Today I want to touch base on a topic that may be a little bit controversial to some, maybe not so much to others. Now, you may be a smoker or not a smoker. I don't know your situation, but I'd like you to hear me out on this video and maybe reserve your thoughts till the end of the video and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. As a proud cigar smoker myself, I can tell you that sometimes there's nothing greater than, for me, the aroma of a good cigar. It's something I cherish. It allows me to relax and almost contemplate life in slow motion while I'm enjoying a nice fine cigar. Some of you may be able to relate to that if you're cigar smokers. Cool. That being said, today we're diving into a different kind of smoke, no pun intended. The UK's new smoking ban aimed at creating a smoke-free generation for the future. I mean, it sounds great on the surface, but there's a lot here to explore. A lot of pros, a lot of cons, and that's what we're going to dive into today. First, let's light up the positives. The aim here is to significantly reduce smoking-related deaths to around 80,000 annually in the UK. At the moment, with staggering costs to the NHS hitting about £17 billion. By creating a smoke-free generation, they're looking to prevent or decrease over 470,000 smoking-related cases of serious disease such as heart disease and lung cancer, etc., by the end of the century. Now let's take a step back and puff on some of the realities here, because there is still a bit of a smoke cloud lingering and lurking in the horizon still. First up, the black market. We know that when you ban something, you might as well throw I suppose like a get-rich-quick party, right? Because every criminal and his friend out there is looking to make a quick buck. We're already seeing it happen all around the world, and you know, you've got tobacco traffickers happening everywhere. I mean, I can picture it still continuing, you know, cigarettes for sale, get your fine tobacco here. At the moment, it's like we're living in the wild, wild west, just in modern times, minus the horses. We're already seeing it unfold pretty consistently in Australia, more specifically in Victoria, Melbourne, with the ongoing tobacco wars.
A second shop in Melbourne's north has been torched in as many days as the underworld tobacco turf war escalates.
A business that began 3 months ago already met with a sinister fate. A tobacconist targeted, smashed, burnt out at 1:30 this morning.
South Australia's escalating tobacco turf wars taken a horrific turn, with an arsonist accidentally setting himself alight.
Then we've got the vaping dilemma. Look, while vaping is often seen as the less harmful cousin of smoking, which statistically speaking and factually speaking, it is. It's still not risk-free, but then again, nothing technically is, right? The government has a plan to ban disposable vapes and restrict flavors. It's great in theory, but let's be honest, humans are clever. We'll find a way around it. It's a bit like trying to keep a politician from taking a generous donation to pretty much promote any agenda, so long as it pays. And here's another thing, the fairness issue. Those born before 2009 will still have access to purchase cigarettes and tobacco-related products. I mean, think of the generational divide. Picture a future where grandparents are smugly puffing away on a cigar or a cigarette or a pipe, and their grandkids are looking at them like, you know, they're watching a bad movie or something to that effect, or a forbidden movie, you know, where they have to close their eyes and peek. That being said, or even worse, you know, being 20, 30, or even 50 years old and not being able to buy a cigar or a pack of smokes from the fear of being arrested and persecuted, it's quite absurd. Or even worse, having to ask someone a little older than you to purchase a tobacco product or a vape, even though you're literally an adult at that point. I mean, again, it's quite absurd.
50 years' time, you're going to have an old boy coming to tobacconists saying that I'm 64 years old, I'm entitled to buy cigarettes, but my friend here next to me who's 63 can't buy cigarettes. It's ridiculous. It's not enforceable. I'm going to vote against it.
Not just the view of the odd Tory backbencher, but the odd former Tory Prime Minister too.
I know that smoking is bad for you, and that is why smoking is declining fast in the UK, and that's why any attempt by government to prohibit smoking is, in my view, a monstrous waste of police time and resources.
We also have to consider the economic impact. I mean, with tobacconists potentially closing, some people obviously maybe potentially losing their jobs, making it harder to put food on the table. Quite a significant impact it will have. Moving on, so as we contemplate this smoke-free future, it's clear that while there are some positive aspects to reducing smoking, the path ahead is certainly not without its challenges. If the UK's plan succeeds here, we could see a healthier population, but if it stumbles, we might just have a generation of shadowy smokers and a bustling underground market like we already are seeing in Australia, right?
A $30 million illegal tobacco syndicate has been smashed, the biggest breakthrough yet, as destructive turf wars rage across Melbourne. The alleged...
We look at prohibition. In 1920, the 18th Amendment made it illegal to manufacture and sell or transport alcohol. The idea was a more virtuous, sober society, but what happened instead, I think we all know. Prohibition gave rise to a booming black market, criminal organizations flourished, and speakeasies popped up pretty much everywhere, serving hidden drinks to, eager patrons, I suppose. Crime rates soared through the roof. Figures such as Al Capone became household names, turning the fight against alcohol into a full-blown gang war, pretty much. After 13 years of chaos, Prohibition was repealed in 1933. I mean, the lesson we learned there is you can't simply outlaw something people want. It only drives the underground to seek to make that product or service available. That we've seen it happen time and time again. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Only a small percentage of you on here are subscribed to the channel, so if you can do a favor for me, hit that subscribe button. It only takes a short second. And better yet, if you are interested in being notified about videos when I post, make sure to click the bell icon as well. As always, I must bid you farewell. I wish you a great day ahead. Until next time, goodbye.